Um, I got a necklace. It's like a piece of glass. Pretty cool color. I wore a hat today, so I got this like weird hairstyle going, and I have a beard. So life is good, you know? Alright. I got some lo-fi going. I went to Red Robin today. First time in years. And I'm here to talk about the dip. So, the dip is something that I learned about from like an online animation class. My professor like had a podcast on the side of the course material and talked about this thing called the dip, and it really helped me out. And I think it's kind of a universal like phenomenon, I guess is the right word to call it. So quick background, some of you guys know, some of you guys don't. My name's Justin. In like December of 2022, I actually wrote down in this notebook the exact date, and like I started building a bunch of habits. A main one being drawing, which is what I use this YouTube channel for. So I started engaging in these habits on a daily or mostly daily basis. Drawing, exercising, writing, and reading. I haven't been perfect, but it's kind of started the my journey of like self-improvement and stuff like that. And I've been documenting a lot of the drawing side of it through YouTube, so that's cool. And why am I telling you this? Because the dip is like directly correlated to a lot of my experiences and a lot of everyone's experiences. It's kind of a universal thing. So the dip is like, it's an expected and temporary depression when things start to get hard. So I will use the YouTube channel as an example. My professor or teacher used the class as an example. So like when you're learning a new skill, like I was learning animation or taking on a new habit like YouTube channel and drawing, then it's very exciting at first. You're learning a lot of new things. Like you're getting better, you're seeing progress, all this stuff, and then slowly but surely life starts to creep in, and your brain does this amazing rationalization on why you shouldn't continue, or why you're not cut out for it, or like all of these amazing things that your brain comes up with just so you can like get out of the uncomfortable feelings that you're in. The dip. So I was in a dip for YouTube. I took 4 months off, and I was telling myself all these reasons why I shouldn't pursue YouTube, why I'm not cut out for it, why YouTube's never gonna work out. It's never gonna be a sustainable job. I'm not gonna make enough money. My drawings aren't good. Nobody's gonna watch my content. Nobody cares. Why even bother? These are like common thoughts that I had, and probably you have about other scenarios, but it's like very common for the brain to like rationalize these sorts of things. And if you can expect that sort of thing to happen, then you can do something about it. And to realize that it is temporary and you can push through. There are 2 skills to learn from this. The first one is awareness and mindfulness. So if you can be aware that this is happening, if you can like do a little bit of introspection and just be mindful of when your brain is rationalizing these sorts of things, telling you, your stuff's not good enough, you shouldn't even bother, like you're not cut out for it, all these little things, you'll find very creative ways to like rationalize your way out of something. But the first step is being aware of it, because you can't do anything about it if you're not aware of it. Some analogies I would like to use are running. So like distance running, your body will naturally want to stop, and you're in pain and you're uncomfortable, and you're like, oh, I don't think I can go any further, like I should really stop. And then you're aware of it and you set a new boundary. So you're like, let me just get past this stop sign up here. And then that turns into, let me just get past the next corner. And if you can just break it down into little things, you can go farther than your initial thought, to where you're like, I should stop now because my body hurts and this is too much on my lungs, on my body, whatever. You can push through that sort of thing by being aware of it and setting new goals, by just like pushing through by a tiny distance. An example would also be drawing. So I draw a lot, and it's kind of boring, to be honest. Like it's not always fun, and you sit there on the paper, and I use a pen, so I'm sitting there with a pen and I'm making lines and it's going good, and I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes, half an hour. I step back and I'm like, this looks like crap. Why am I even doing this? I just wasted half an hour. I should stop. I should do something else. I should check my phone. I should go get something to eat. I should go to the bathroom. Anything that's not this, I should like do something else. Step one is to realize that your brain's doing that. Step two is to refocus. And that's the second part of this thing. The first skill is being aware of it. The second skill is refocusing. Both skills can be trained and practiced. These are two very important skills that I think can apply to literally anything in life, is being aware of your mind and refocusing. So drawing, refocusing is the name of the game for me. Like my attention span's like kind of short. I'm very into social media. I like stimulation and stuff like that, and drawing is not always providing me that sort of thing. So this refocusing is very important, and it's hard to do, but you just have to do it a little bit at a time. It's basically meditation. If you know anything about meditation, you focus on your breath. You're going to get distracted. You're going to have these thoughts that go this way and that way and that way, and you follow like, all these chores I gotta do later today, like the thing I gotta go to work tomorrow, what's that gonna be like? You're gonna get distracted by anything and everything, and the only goal in meditation is to refocus. So come back to your breath, refocus. And I'm not saying that just to like advocate for meditating. I'm saying there's something bigger there. Like the refocusing as a whole is a skill that needs to be like practiced. And that's how you get out of the dip. I'm trying to come full circle here and like have a coherent sort of claim or talk or argument or whatever you want to call it. Cold shower, it's another example. So it's another example of your brain rationalizing your way out of it, and you showing ability to push past the rationalization. You are in a warm shower and you thinking about taking a cold shower. You know it's good for you. You've done your research. You know all the benefits and all that, and you're like, man, I really just like want to take a warm shower and be comfortable today. You know you should do it. You know you should take a cold shower, or like it'll be better for you or whatever. And then your brain just starts to like be very, very, very tricky and be like, you know what? I've done it enough this week. I deserve like a cold, or I deserve a warm one. I deserve to have a comfortable one. You know, I can go like, I don't know. It'll come up with a million different ways to rationalize your way out of it. But step one is to be aware of it, and step two is to refocus. And in this case, it's just like pushing past and like realizing that you're gonna live and you're gonna be fine. And it's literally like training human will. It's a pretty intense sort of practice, but I think it's like very important. And all this stuff I'm saying is hard to do, and it's especially hard to do for adults. And as you increase in age, I think this becomes harder to do. It is probably easier to do for people who are younger because of neuroplasticity, and things are just easier to learn in general. So if you're young, I suggest you start implementing this in various areas of your life, becoming aware of your brain rationalizing its way out of things, making excuses, and there might be really good excuses or valid excuses, and you may and will give in to those excuses sometimes. But the second part here is to refocus eventually and try to minimize the time of distractibility or giving in to those excuses. And then the whole goal is just to refocus. I have a bunch of like other examples that I could use for this and how it's come into play in my life very recently in so many ways. You know, like the YouTube channel, I had to refocus on the YouTube channel because I took like a 4-month break and wasn't posting anything for a while, and started to go through those excuses and like, you know, just never got around to it. And now I'm refocusing. I made a video last week and I'm making a video now. I'm just refocusing, and I'm sure I will slip up again, and then when that happens, you guessed it, you refocus again. Like, that's the whole name of the game, and that in itself is a skill that feels invaluable, and it's very like, it's a very subjective, like woo-woo, like Zen skill, and I hate to like sound like that, but it's real, and you have to have faith that it like shows up in other aspects of your life and bleeds over into like everything you do. So what else to talk about? I wrote down a bunch of stuff. I wrote down like 4 pages worth of stuff, and I'm not sure if I covered it all. And it's kind of scattered, this whole like talk and video. I really wish it was more structured and organized. I hope a lot of it made sense, or any of it made sense. And this whole process is never ending. So there's no ending. The improvement like journey is a never ending one. Like, it's really annoying and hard to swallow and hard to measure progress sometimes, but like, this sort of thing doesn't have a finished product. Like, you just keep going, and that sucks. But it's also great because you learn to like fall in love with the process of getting better and improving as a person, and building skills on top of skills, and knowledge and awareness and all this stuff that's like pretty important to me. So it has to be important to someone else out there. I wish I like know exactly what I talked about. I'm sure it was like pretty scattered. I'll probably just like put a drawing, like either a live drawing or a time-lapse drawing behind this. But yeah, I'm also trying to like make the YouTube channel, I'm trying to expand the YouTube channel into things outside of drawing. The point of the YouTube channel is to pretty much document my journey, my life, have documentation, and drawing is kind of like an obvious excuse to document. Like, I'm developing the skill of drawing, trying to get better, trying to make cool art, trying to share it with people, and along the ride I'm also picking up these other skills and developing myself as a person, and that's something that I also want to include in the YouTube channel. That's part of the reason I started it, and drawing is like just an obvious excuse for me to kind of get my foot in the door and have some content to put behind these like ramblings, you know what I mean? So I would like to expand these YouTube videos into like other talks, some like philosophies about like how to live your life, self-improvement stuff, little tips and tricks about like how to be happier and live a better life and be better and get more things that you want, and like how to have a meaningful life and stuff like that. Because I've always been interested in that, and I think other people have a lot of interest in that as well, and I would like to share that interest with other people. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. So those people probably haven't made it this far in the video, which is totally cool, and I'm willing to sacrifice that sort of thing in order to reach the community that does have an interest in this sort of stuff. So I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I don't know how long this video has been. I'll probably put a drawing behind it, or maybe side by side, or like small box down here and big box for the drawing or something like that. I'll figure it out. But thanks for watching if you made it this far. Hopefully you took something away from my ramblings and it made sense. I got a necklace. It's like a piece of glass. Pretty cool color. I wore a hat today, so I got this like weird hairstyle going, and I have a beard. So life is good, you know. Give me some feedback. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. And have a good day.